Welcome to Quack Co, a board game channel where every video is
10 minutes or less, guaranteed, or double your money back.
I don't think they put any money into this.
Well, that's their fault. They could, if they really wanted to.
If you invested and we ever broke that rule, look at you now. You're rich.
So many pennies.
You've got $4.
So many.
That means they
so many
invested
dollars.
too.
Investments.
We're
Very
rich.
smart.
We're rich, West. I brought this game home.
You did, just
from
me.
Origins for West Todd.
Just
so I'm
for
going to
me.
back off and I'm going to say, West Todd, what is Outrun the Bear?
Well, if you are interested in a game where you can play with your family and tell Grandma, don't worry, Grandma, as you're shoving her to the side so that you can make sure you don't get eaten by a bear, this might be the game you're interested in. The interesting thing about this game is that you are currently trying to outrun the bear. So we are starting at the beginning of a camping space, working our way all the way through the camp to our beautiful car, which will take us home. We have a flurry of different cards in our hands, things that are different types of actions we can take, as well as reactions that we can do, and we have special equipment cards that will make our life a lot better. But the key is outrun the bear.
I thought the key was the key. You specifically need to have the key by the time you get to the car so that you can actually escape.
I mean, that is probably
if you
an important
happen
thing.
to be carrying the car keys and you get caught by the bear, guess what? You're all screwed.
Well, I think we can... Grandma knows how to hotwire the car, I'm pretty sure.
That is true, yeah. You can still take off.
But the idea is here that you're going to be moving the bear one card at a time, according to these little paw prints that are across the board. The interesting thing about this particular mechanic is every time you play a card, it goes on top of the deck. But when the bear moves, there's one paw print all the way through. The bear will take one card for every paw print between it and the player at the front of the line. And then the bear will actually move the number of spaces that are listed in the upper left-hand corner. So at the beginning of the game, it only gets one or two cards.
He's
but
just
as you start
lumbering in
moving,
your direction. And we all know the golden rule of bears. Make yourself small and run.
I don't think that's the way it works. I believe they say make yourself look big and make loud noises.
Trust me, I've hiked most of the Appalachian Trail. I know these things. If you ever see a bear in the wild, make yourself as small as possible, squeak in a very shrill voice so the bear knows you're there, and run.
Right, make sure you climb lots of trees.
Just take off.
And as you're moving through, the goal is to make sure that you are not the one eaten by the bear. Which actually can make the game a little bit more entertaining because, frankly, there's a lot of interesting pieces here. The terrain makes different movements. As you're moving through, you can actually jump over somebody, and that doesn't count as a space. The river makes you actually push forward when you start your turn. You can't do a run action in the brambles because Briar Bear apparently will catch you. There's also some slippery slopes here, so you pull back one part, and when you're at the camp space, you can equip an equipment item for free.
Yeah, I brought this home specifically because it was this lightweight, accessible party game in a small box with beautiful artwork, beautiful design.
Absolutely.
And
acrylic standee is my favorite.
A heavy take that element in a system, which is, if any of you know West Todd...
my favorite game.
West Todd loves a game that allows you to say, screw you, I'm doing what I want. How'd you find this? Because you brought this home, you played it with the family a bit, you ran through it quite a bit.
Yep, I played it with my son, my daughter.
Was this the right pickup for you?
It absolutely was. This was very entertaining. It is very quick. It's very fun. It's a good game for family game night for sure, because there's nothing better than trying to console your son after the bear has eaten him. And you are laughing the entire time.
Oh, no.
Because it was you who made it happen.
Oh, no.
My daughter is probably going to make sure that when we play the next time that the only person who loses is me because I tend to be the one who wins these games.
Well, that's how these games work. You turn the entire team against you.
Absolutely.
And then they all screw you on the next game. And then they forget about their anger.
And then you get to screw them again.
And then you get to screw them again.
It's so much fun.
A lovely back and forth of take that mechanics and systems.
Beautiful.
So I really do love the production quality of this. I think it is lightweight, it is accessible. There's a lot of fun card play in here.
There are.
Which is super neat because there's a lot of like little decisions you make. Like for instance, the fact that the bear is going to be moving based off of the cards that you played at the beginning of the game could either be a positive or a negative. Do you play high value cards to get out ahead of the pack or to screw someone over quickly? Or do you try to work as a team playing lower value cards, keeping the bear from moving as fast forward? But the moment someone makes a dash for it, the moment someone starts playing those higher value cards, you kind of only have one option. Match them and run. and get ahead of them.
Yeah.
But that means the bear speeds up as well. So you have this crescendo in the center where, depending on the pathway you've taken, the cards you've placed down, the decisions you've made just moments ago, and what everyone else around you is doing, you might just kind of be screwed. And so it becomes a screw the other person before you get screwed type of game.
And there's reaction cards where you can stop someone from going past you, which also makes it very entertaining because they think they're going to go 4 or 5 places past you, and you go, haha, just kidding, you're not. Yeah. And then their entire turn is just stuck there.
But then there's also reaction cards that can counter that reaction card as well. There's also, sometimes a whole little chain that you can do, depending on what you've saved in your hand, that allows you to start reacting to the players on the board in a way that is not probably advantageous of getting away from a bear. Children, we should not be fighting. There's literally a grizzly on your tails. Remember,
trip grandma.
Small, soft noises, and run as fast as you can. I'm telling you, it's the only sure way to survive. I know these things.
Such an intelligent duck.
I'm very confident that this is the right advice to give an audience full of people.
Have we mentioned this to our lawyers yet?
When you successfully get away from a bear, send us an email. We'll be happy to send you a copy of Outrun the Bear for your amazing accomplishment.
Someone is 100% going to send us an email about the time they outran a bear, or one tried to catch them at their hotel.
Also, bears love selfies. Make sure you and your children get as close as possible out in the national parks to take a beautiful picture with you and the bear.
Say hello to the grizzly man.
Don't use the zoom lens. Wide angle gets the background in it. Just get the children a little closer. You're good. You're good.
Also, make sure you take a really great picture of the Grand Canyon as you're falling over the edge. Those are the best shots.
It's really, like, legitimately, when I went out to the Old Faithful, the Yellowstone, legitimately there were people that were like, let's get out and see the moose, Tom. And I'm like, 100%. Moose will fuck you up. They just will.
Yes.
They're bad things.
They are.
And if you see a moose, get as big and threatening as possible. Hold your hands above your head, honk at it, and start charging forward. That's definitely what you should do with a moose. Not a bear, though. Not a bear.
Soft, supple noises. You know, when my wife and I got married, we went to the Quack Co in Canada.
I don't need to know about you being Bear West.
We my mother-in-law was worried that we would get eaten by bears, so we had to make sure we called every single night, and we actually went to a particular location where we thought there might possibly be bears.
Sure.
Kind of looking for them because they're little black bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole time we were looking on the ground and wondering what was going on, and then when we left,
one in the tree?
There were probably some up in the trees because that's where all the black bears like to hang out.
They stay
up
up
in the
there.
trees.
All right, West. Before that 10-minute mark hits, final verdict.
This is a fantastic family game. You should definitely entertain the possibility of purchasing this. I really enjoyed it with my kids and my family.
Cool. Wow. There's a quote to write home about. By the way,
especially if you like Take That Element.
By the way, just to the publisher of Outrun the Bear, if you use West's quote, you must also include my advice on bear safety.
Bear safety is of the utmost importance.
It's my moral it's my moral responsibility to say that those two quotes must come combined together, or you do not have permission.
There you go. You've heard it here first, folks.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.